Hello there once again, welcome to another one of these. So I've managed to make some progress on the old game front. You can see we've now got holiday in the top corner. We've got our nice destination there with the island in the bay, and we can click to start the game. And on page 2 we have a welcome page and the story, and then on page 3 we have our room, and then on page 4 we have our room without an item in it, and on page 5 we have the balcony. So you can see one or two different things have been added since last time we looked at this. So the first thing I'm going to do is to go back to the first page again, and I'm going to show you what it does, and then I'm going to show you how I've done it. So the first thing I'm going to do is save this up, so that if it crashes, it'll be alright. And so we can now start the game, and this should be full screen, or it will be. We can enter the game, and now you can see that we've got a bar on there, and we've got a direction bar as well, and we can see that we can go outside and have a look around, and we can walk back in again. And you can see various things on the screen and various items as well. So this is meant to represent a clock. You can see the clock, it's 8:15 in the morning. So by pressing the clock symbol, it automatically goes up by 10 minutes every time. And it's a 24-hour clock, so it'll go up there. And 16, 17, let's just fast forward it, 18, 19, 20. And you can see at the bottom it says day 1. So if I keep clicking on this, 21, 22, 23, it'll eventually go to another day, and now it says day 2. So that's the time. We're now on day 2 according to that. And you might notice health. This one represents a shower. If we take a shower, then the time will go up by 20 minutes and our health will go up by 10. Click it again, it'll go up by another 20 minutes and 10. And then once it goes over that, once you can't go any more than that, it just goes to 100% health. And that means we're now 1:20 in the morning. We're not carrying anything at the moment. What we can do, if we click on this, this is meant to represent a jacket. So if we click on the jacket, that will now appear in our inventory, and it will disappear off the screen. And if we go outside, we're still holding the jacket, and if we walk back in again, we're still holding the jacket. So maybe I'll click on here to put that down at some point, but I haven't developed that quite as yet. So we've got the direction compass points to go in and out, and they are in the same place. And these icons, the clock and the shower and the jacket, I haven't bothered doing them. So the clock at the moment only advances it by 10 minutes, but maybe in the final version that clock will advance us in the evening as well. And I'm going to put some logic on there. If time equals, 3 o'clock in the morning, then it comes up with a box. You sleep, and then the time gets reset. The day goes to day 2, and you wake up the next day. So that's how I'm going to do it. So now we can see what I've done. Let's see how I did it. So let's move back to the first one again. And on the first screen, you can see we've turned the border off. And this screen actually does absolutely nothing at all, which is fantastic because it means we don't have to worry too much about that. And then on the second screen, everything starts, because if I click on enter game here, what that does, on click, it starts a script. So what I've done, I've set up my variables, day, score, time, and I couldn't work out how to get an actual time on, so I've done hours and a colon and the time. So health, I've started at 65 on this example. Money, I can have any money in there. Item 1 is nothing, I can have up to 7 items. And count equals 0, and item count equals 1. So the item count equals 1 means that we're at position 1 for the items, and so it will go into slot position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, depending on the item count that we're on at the moment. So we're on item 1 at the moment, so if we pick anything up, it's going to go into item 1, that slot there. And some items, jacket, cream, sunglasses, sun hat, some water, and a bun. So we haven't got any of those at the moment, but if we get a jacket and we're wearing that during the day, then our health will go down. If we go out during the day and we're not wearing sun cream and we haven't got it, then our health will go down. And the glasses, well, I think that goes down a little bit for every screen if you're not wearing the sunglasses and the sun hat. And water, that gives you some more health. And bun, you can save that for the evening. Every time you order a coffee, you'll get a free bun in Spain. So that will give you health and that will give you health. So if you collect on the water, if you're dipping down on health, then just drink the water. Take the jacket off, put the sun cream on, and then you should get health back. And once it sets up all those variables, it goes to room 1. And then in room 1, we have the box that automatically appears. So you can see room 1 here. If we click on edit, and we can run a script, and I figured out how to do it so that it pops up. You have to put it on after attachments, I think it is, or something like that. If you click on from subdeck, it does nothing, parent deck, whatever, but after attachment, I've no idea what that does, but if you click on it, that allows you to input a script. So do draw panel, that's all I've done. So when this room appears, it does do draw panel. So that's how you get panels appearing as soon as you enter a screen. Click on that room 1. So that draw panel is obviously a routine. It's the only one that we've got going. It's a global routine. That means it should affect everything. And here's where the magic lies. This is what I've been typing up all afternoon. So first we'll check the date and the time. Every time we enter a new location, the time goes up by 5 minutes. And if time 3, which is the digits, is over 60, then time 3 equals 0 again, and time 1 goes up by an hour. So every time it hits that 60, it just makes that go to 0. I can't have double 0, unfortunately. It won't let me, but I can have 0. And if it's above or equal to 60, then it resets it. If time equals 24, then it sets time 1 to 0. Obviously, if it hits 24, then it's full time and it increases the day by another day. So that one increases it. If it's above 60 seconds, it increases it to an hour, and that one, if it's a day, increases the day. So I'm checking the time first of all, then I'm drawing the bottom rectangle that you saw on the bottom of the screen. I'm doing that. Drawing the compass. These polygons are actually triangles, and after I've drawn the triangles, I write direction on there, and then I put in forward, back, left and right as letters, and then in the middle of the compass I've put a plus in there, and then I draw the top rectangle, which you saw is the items box, and set pen 0. I make the top rectangle, I draw the labels on it with time, score, health, money, items and day in the correct position in the right font. And then we print out a few variables. Item 1 to 7. At the moment there's nothing in there, but if there was, it will print them out and prints the variables list. So that's printing the items, and this is printing the time, and then the score and the health, and the money and the day. So all of that basically draws all of this that you can see on the screen. The time, and again I can't have zeros unfortunately, but that'll go up, and 0, and score can be anything we want, health, and money can be anything we like, and the items, and it remembers what we've got. The direction there with plus on it, and then day 2 is written at the bottom. So if I wanted to, I could fill my pockets up with jackets if I wanted to. And so if we click on time and click on click, all that's going to do is advance the time by 5 minutes. And if it's 60, it goes up to an hour, and if it's 24 hours, it goes up to a day, and then it redraws the panel. And because every time I redraw the panel, it increases the time by 5 minutes, this clicking on the clock actually can increase it by, it increases it by 10 minutes every time. So yeah, I'd have 5 minutes on to whatever that is. And then that's all that does, it increases the time. And then if we take a shower and click on the shower, all that does, if it's above, or if it equals 95, it calls it 100. If health is less than 90, then it puts 10 onto it. And if it's above 95, then it calls it 100 anyway. And let time equals time 3 plus 15, so it's adding 15 minutes to that, plus the 5, so it's 20, and then it draws the panel again. So that increases the time. If you don't draw the panel, it won't show the time difference that you've taken to do that, and it won't show the health increase either. So you need to draw the panel every time. And then the jacket, if we click on the jacket, or get t-shirt, it says, well, let's just change that, get jacket, and on clicking that, if item count equals 1 equals slot 1, then item 1 equals the jacket. If the item count is 2, then it puts it in slot 2, 3 and 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And so if item count is 7, it puts it in there. If it's 8, then it sets a pen and a font and it says dropping. And there should be a pause here, maybe a for loop. For 1 equals, I to I equals 1,000,000 plus I loop end if, and that might slow it down so that people can actually see the dropping. Item, if all your pockets are full, and then let item 1 equal jacket. So if all your pockets are full, it simply puts it into item 1 anyway, it loops it around. And let item count equals 1. Let item 1 equals jacket, let item count equals 2 actually, and then it'll go to this one next of all, and then let item count equals item count plus 1. So once we've got the jacket, wherever it's going, it increases the item count, and let jacket equals 1 tells the computer that I've picked it up, and then it goes to card 1B, which is the room without the jacket in it. And when we go to room 1B, and that's this one, it takes away the jacket, so you can't click on it anymore. And it's got a jacket in there because it's a variable. So you can see our variable count. We've got item 1 as the jacket at the moment, and everything else. And as soon as we restart the game, and click on that, then all of our variables are going to be reset. So it's now 8:05 in the morning, and that's a bit strange having 8:05 in the morning. So if I double click on our variables list, let's change the time so that it says time 8 and increases it by 5. So if we say 10, it'll go up to 15. So 8:15 in the morning, that just looks a lot better. So that's now set up as a new variable. I can now run that. It's now 8:15, so that looks a lot better now on the clock. And every time I go outside, it's now 8:20. And again, every time I draw one of these boxes, it'll default to the colours that we've got going on. Not too worried about that. Now it's 8:25. We'll take a shower. It's now 8:45. We'll take the jacket. It's now 8:50. Now I've got the jacket. We'll go outside. It's 8:55. We'll come back again. 9 o'clock. Take another shower. Health goes up. It's now 9:20. Clicking again. It's now 10 o'clock in the morning. We've now got 100% health. We've still got the cash. And we've now got the jacket. So I need to figure out how to put the jacket down again by clicking on this area and getting rid of that. So now that we've picked it up, at least we can do that. And we go back again. Oh, you can see I've picked up another jacket there. So it increases the item count. Item count 8. So if I just go to room 1 there instead of room 1B, that should mean I can pick up the jacket however many times I like. So let's pick it up a few times. 2 jackets, 3 jackets, 4, 5, now 6 jackets, 7 jackets, and then at the bottom here it's going to put dropping, and now that's the jacket, and you know, and it loops around. So I haven't sorted it all completely out yet, but let's just say it's a heck of a lot better than it was. And we've got things popping up now on the screen. So let's now move to room 1B. Save it up. And so let's save it up. And let's run that. So this is our new game. Start new game. Start new game. So this is us holding nothing. We can't move anything. We can just look outside for the moment. We can't move anything here either. But we can come back again. And these outside, well, I think that's still the clock. So we can advance the clock with that button. And I think that's actually the jacket. So if we pick the jacket up here, it takes us back to the empty room. So yeah, it does work. And we can pick up another jacket if we really wanted to do that, and that'll take us back here again. Have a shower and advance the time. So everything's working. Everything's great. Everything's working. We haven't got anything menus or anything like that. We can walk outside. We can walk back again. So I'm going to get rid of that. And this item, I'm probably going to keep that going on, because the best thing you need to do right now is clone this whole setup and clone the card so that it keeps the item there, so that we can put that on a different screen and pick up a different item. Because that button's already set up as a jacket, we can simply change what it does, what it prints in here, and we can put that on another page. So, well, like I say, I've still got to work out how to put the jacket down again, but this is now nice, and that's now nice as well.